Okay, so last month I got 2 bills from ASIC. It was early last month. And that came to just over $1,500 in bills. Quite a large bill. All of it would have been paperwork, administration stuff. I hold investment properties in trusts. Each trust has a company as its trustee. And these companies, they don't trade, they don't employ anyone. They just hold the structure together for me. Now, every one of them still files an annual review with ASIC and pays for it. $329 is that annual review fee. The first company, I paid the annual review fee, which is $329. So there's no complaints there. That's part of it, and that's the deal. I knew that going into it. I had that letter for some time as it came in the mail, and I knew about it. So that same day, just after I'd done that, I updated the company's registered address online. It's about a 2-minute job. There's nothing to it. Very simple on the ASIC website. Here's where I got it wrong. I entered the date the change actually took effect, which was last year. It was a while ago. So I left it late. My bad. So ASIC read that as lodged outside the 28-day window. So ASIC, in their policies, they give you 28 days to notify them once you've changed address. And if it goes outside that 28 days, you get the fine. I didn't know this until I changed the address. It was too late. That fee is $530 late fees. So I paid the $329, changed my address, and then I received instantly a $530 late fee. 2 separate penalties, they both came in. So one was $428 and the other one was $102. And it came to $530. I find it quite disproportionate to the actual annual fee. What they're doing is they're going in, they're clicking a few buttons, doing a bit of administration work. I don't understand where they get the fee, the $530 fee. That's a fee they made up. It's revenue raising. It is what it is. You got to pay it. You make a mistake like that, you got to chew it up. So the second company was the annual review notice went to my old accountant's email address or address. I'm not too sure which one, but I never got it. And I hadn't spoken to my old accountant for a while, so I never got a letter or an email from ASIC. It was all going to him. And by the time I found out, $329 had quietly become $740. So do the calculations, it was $411 in late fees, just not paying it. A fee I never knew. You'd think my old accountant would have contacted me, but it didn't. And that's another one I have to wear. It's still my mistake. And you have to just, once again, chew it up. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I did nothing wrong. On the first company, I got the date wrong. That's on me. I need to pay the penalty for it. Maybe not $530 for changing the date on the wrong, outside the wrong time, but hey, it is what it is. I asked ASIC to review it. They did get back to me finally, and it was just a simple email, one that stated their policies and procedures and that I must pay, which I did know. That I knew that was the outcome before I even set that off. I just wanted to notify them that I thought it was disproportionate to the annual fee. So the part that does get me is in 2022 budget, these exact late fees were promised to be scrapped by the then Liberal government. It was all part of modernising the business registers, and it was due to start in September 2023. And then in 2023, the program was shelved by the new Labor government. A review found it heading for a $2.3 billion blowout. So the promise died, but the fees, they didn't. 4 years on, and small operators like myself and others are paying for them. Now, there's not much I can do, but what I did do was I contacted my local member's office, and my local MP is the powerful Bob Catter, someone you want to have in your corner, especially for this kind of thing. His office, they wrote to the Treasurer on my behalf, asking him to respond to me directly. I'll tell you what comes back. It won't be much. It'll be a generic email from the Labor Treasurer, and it'll be simple. So the useful part that I have for you guys, if you hold a property in a company or a trust, there's 3 things I'll share with you. And hopefully, if you're in the position, you don't make the same mistake that I've made. So number 1 is know your annual review date. So put in a diary, have it checked, have it notify you so you can understand it and know when it's coming. Number 2 is you can prepay that fee up to 10 years ahead, which I thought was pretty good. And that's at a discount too. So you won't be paying the $329 a year. It'll be discounted if you pay in advance for up to 10 years. And then you can just stop thinking about it and let it go, but still have it notify you in 10 years if you still have those properties. Number 3, and this is the one that caught me out, any changes to the company details, so address or the directors, it has to be lodged within 28 days. And that 28 days runs from the date the change took effect. And remember that, because I didn't, and that cost me. And another thing I would advise is make sure your accountant's got this. Your accountant can take care of all of this, and it takes it off your shoulders, and it can be notified to you, and you get the information sent to you by your accountant, and he takes care of it, which is another great thing. So look, and speaking of accountants, I'm not an accountant, obviously, and this isn't structured advice. If you're setting up a trust, that's a conversation that you need to have with your accountant. And structures are a part of investing properly, so don't be scared of structures or investing. Just have that team around you. So that accountant needs to be good. Get a good accountant, a good solicitor, a good property manager, a good buyer's agent. Have a strong team around you and you'll be in a safe space. Just go in knowing what everything's going to cost to keep you moving forward. So look guys, thanks for your time. My name is Ryan from Copic Property Advisory.